Alright, good morning and welcome to Sparta Sanctuary. This is your host, Big Potato. This video is on Grim Dawn. I just want to share this with you and all the Grim Dawn lovers and this build that I was having fun with. And it turned out to be really good. Now, there are always pros and cons in Grim Dawn builds. That's just how the game is. Let's get the con out of the way first. This one is... Okay, let me tell you what it is first. So this is a Mage Hunter. A Mage Hunter is a combination of the Arcanist and Inquisitor. The Inquisitor build... This build is focused on Inquisitor, so I have decided to use Flame of Ignifer as well as the Word of Pain as its main damage dealing, and using Arcanist as a support. So that's what it is, and I'll get to the skills in a minute. Let me just get the con out of the way. This build is kinda fragile. Okay, you have to be careful. The fragility comes in ultimate. From ultimate, like once you get to ultimate, you start to feel that your character will die a bit. Like you're very prone to sudden damage spikes, and you start to rely on your Inquisitor seal a lot. And I think any Inquisitor builds tend to be a bit fragile. So yeah, you will rely on your Inquisitor seal a lot. So that's the only con. Like this is the only con that I can like really say about this build. Let me actually turn the audio down a bit. Let's get the music volume a bit, because the music tends to be a bit loud sometimes. The drum gets going. Alright, the pro of this game, of this build, absolutely the Word of Pain. I've started using Word of Pain from level 2, as soon as you get it, and rush for Word of Agony, and just start building that area effect. As you can see, I have actually overcapped this with the latest gear that I put on. But this thing pretty much hits the entire screen from where your mouse cursor is. And it has a lot of monster infrequent to support it. And this is where this build comes from. The Flame of Ignifer is sort of, okay, I'm getting the, focusing on Inquisitor side, I'm getting the Inquisitor damage, getting the Inquisitor skills, I might as well use an Inquisitor main attack. Alright, so this is where the Flame of Ignifer, I haven't really leveled up 100, all the way to 100, this is only at 85, and let me just finish up the skills first. So, of course, Inquisitor Seal, you have to have that. Now, the Deadly Aim. Deadly Aim has become a huge buff. Like, they've buffed Deadly Aim in the latest patch, I believe, a couple patches ago. And the damage on that is enormous. And plus, it pretty much activates all the time off critical blow, and it doesn't limit to like your weapon attack or anything. It just any of your skills hit, as long as it gets a critical hit, boom, Deadly Aim is on. So you pretty much constantly will have plus 145% damage to all damage. That's your dots, your elemental damage. You're gonna have more crit damage, more offensive ability. That means more crit. And it just a huge buff. Alright, the next offensive on the... that's it, that's all the offensive abilities from the Inquisitor side. And then we go to the defensive, and of course, you got just default Word of Renewal, a bit of heal, Vigor for a lot of armor and health, and of course Steel Resolve, and that gives you a bit of more damage. The damage is not a lot because it's only like 5% per skill point. It's not a lot of damage, but it does give you like ether and chaos resistance, so you can it's a bit easier on that resistance side. And of course, Aura of Censure, the exclusive skill of the Inquisitor tree, right? It just gives so much damage, just deals so much damage, and then it's aura, you don't have to do anything, it's automatically flipped on, and it threads that elemental resistance, so minus 29% right now, at 16 out of 12, so yeah, it reduces their damage, have a chance of interrupting it, you just have a lot of defensive on it, plus resistance rating, okay, for your elemental damage. So that's the Inquisitor side. The Arcanist side, really, it's just the elemental exchange. Of course, you need to have 1 point in it, and then maxed out Overload. That's because it gives you flat offensive ability and some ether resistance. Now, the chance for one of the following, your burn, your frostburn, your electrocute damage, that can actually trigger off the Flames of Ignifar, because that does 42% main hand damage. It's not a lot, but considering you are elemental focus, your elemental damage focus, you have your Aura Censure shredding their elemental resistance. The damage on that is pretty good, and you can pretty much always have the 3 dots on your enemy all the time. Then you have just 1 point in elemental balance. I would love to have more in that because the critical damage. I'll have to see when this build finalizes, because right now I am feeling a little bit fragile. You have Mirror of Arioctus. Of course, that's just like a emergency button, right? Emergency. I need an immunity, 100% damage absorption, and get out of there, and then wait for the cooldown to happen. It is only a 3-second duration, so you press the button, you really need to get out of the whatever you need to get out of, right? Some ground effect and stuff. Maven's Sphere of Protection. Now this is needed not only for its damage absorption. Basically, it's like a possession from the occultist tree, but it's just damage absorption, right? You just need 1 point in it to ensure that you have that a bit of damage absorption. Now the bottom 4 passive it's really just having a 1 point in it. Now the inner focus is the one that I'm focusing on getting it maxed out next. It gives you spirit. Now spirit drives your elemental damage, so that gives you a bonus, and it gives you a percentage offensive ability buff. And that basically is the idea, is you are going to crit left, right, and center. The crit is going to drive your deadly aim to give you more damage, and you're going to do more crit damage. And yeah, so that is a huge damage buff on the inner focus. Alright, next. The next 3, Arcane Web, doesn't matter. It's sort of like a mini trigger on defensive ability. Just put a point in it. If you get a bonus on it, it's alright. If you don't, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. Mental Alacrity. Now it does help a little bit. It does give you the 2% casting speed and the energy cost reduction for your Ignifar's Flame. But it's 1 pointer. That's okay. It's not gonna give you any more bonus. This one's also like Fabric of Reality. It does give you a slight damage bonus on the weapon damage, but we are not using ether or chaos damage, so the percentage bonus is never gonna kick in. And a little bit of extra damage on ethereals, and chthonics and all that. So that's the talent tree. Sorry, that's the mastery tree. And let's have a look at the devotion. Let's zoom it out a bit. I don't know if this is the optimal devotion for this build. What I did is I basically typed in elemental damage, and you see these like red dots come up. And I basically was like, maybe these red dots are actually very, very helpful, right? There's these red dots. And then I look at, okay, what can I actually put points in to satisfy this red dot? So basically I got all of that, all the red dots out of there. So I got the harp. Harp gives you 40% plus another 50% elemental damage. That's like 90% elemental damage plus some burn, right? And it gives you some resistances, of course. This one is the harp. So this is on hit because you're running so many auras on yourself. You can just chuck any aura on it. It gives you like energy back. It gives you energy regen. This is pretty much on all the time. Like it's 30% chance when you get hit. You often get hit. You stand in the pool. You count as getting hit. So it reduces your entrapment, slow resistance, and it gives you like offensive ability, defensive ability. Just makes you more tankier, more like versatile all around. And of course, the start of the show. Oh, sorry about that. The start of the show, Elemental Storm. This is probably the first that I rushed to. It reduces target's elemental resistances, and yeah, so you pretty much just have to take it. And it creates a pool that deals elemental damage as well as a dot on it as well. Like I put it on a Inquisitor Seal because I think all the other skills you can't put on Inquisitor Seal because Inquisitor Seal is sort of considered as a pet, right? But like a non-targetable pet. Anyways, so this Elemental Storm, I put it on Inquisitor Seal, and as soon as I put it down, somebody come and touch it, boom, there's like little pools of just sigils everywhere, right? There's like Elemental Storms everywhere, and that's shredding their elemental resistance, dealing elemental damage, putting elemental dots on them. The constellation itself gives you like 30% elemental damage. I'm not counting the elemental flat damage like the first line because I'm not really doing a lot of weapon damage apart from the Ignifar's fire, right? The flames of Ignifar. So really, I'm looking at the percentage of the elemental damage. So that's 30%. This is meh. This is for like pets if you're running pets. And 40%. So this gives you 60%. Oh no, 90% as well. Oh no, sorry. My math is so bad. This gives you 70% elemental damage of this plus shred, right? Let's have a look at the crab. The crab gives you just like physique. That's really nice. Gives you elemental damage again, 50%, and it gives you a protection bubble. It absorbs 1,900 damage. At the current level, as you can see, the next level is going to absorb 2,100 damage, and it protects you against like poison, elemental, vitality, ether, chaos. Not physical, but you know, it's a bubble that's really good. That just stops the damage from coming in. It's just all around, and another 60% elemental damage with a lot of dot bonus. So over here, there's like 110% on this constellation of the crab. The candle and the quill, they sort of is just needed for the green nodes and the purple nodes. Yeah, because we are moving into attack Serul, the Mirage. So I'll go into that last, and then I'll go into our this one, Hyrian. I don't know. I think it's a Hyrian. This one gives 40% over right here. Shield block, just some good old health, armor, shield block. Very defensively orientated. This gives you some flat elemental damage, which is okay. This is another 50% and a lot of dot bonus. So that's already 90% on this bird here. And final celestial skill on this is that it does a retaliation of, like, it's just a wave that gets sent out. Okay. And it sort of confuses, like you will see things start running away from you as they're charging, something hits you, and then they just start running away. And this is what this does. Is sort of a confuse. It's a retaliation. It slows their damage down a little bit, and at the same time it also deals damage to them. It's really good, and just need to put on aura. And as you can see, I put it on the Maven Sphere. Okay, Phoenix. Phoenix again here. It's got elemental here, 40%. Another more elemental, that's 70%. More fire, that's like you consider that as like a third of the damage because you're dealing all 3 types. But it's okay, anything is good. And Phoenix Fire. This is another absorption. Like you can see, this is 138 damage absorption on the 4th line, on the brown letters. So it does create a bubble around you, and it retaliates back for anything else that hits you. So really, I'm looking for is the 138 damage absorption for the survival on this. So once all of this is done, so that's a lot of elemental damage bonuses, and we're moving to attack Serul, the Mirage. This is our tier 3 that I have chosen, and I normally don't choose this because I don't know how this arcane current actually works, and I thought, okay, let's give it a try since we are playtesting this. So I was like, okay, elemental damage, you know, all right. Let's go. Ether defense, okay, not very that important. Defensive ability is okay. 25 points, that's nice. Alright, 80%, that's really nice. Considering one of those entire constellations is only 70%. More health resistance, always welcome. More defensive, offensive, and armor, always welcome. Over here, there is 100% elemental damage. That is really nice. So that's 180% already. Now, how does Arcane Arcane Current works is every 0.7 second, it's only got a 0.7 second recharge. It puts like a sigil down, and that sigil does a surge ability, and it basically shoots out like a wave. It's a very narrow wave. It's not like what am I thinking about? The cold one. Unlike Tsunami, where it's pretty wide wave that goes out towards your enemy, this one, the Arcane Current, is a narrow, like about 2 characters wide, I think, and it just constantly shoots. The difference is, it hits. There's 5 of those. You can summon up to 5 of those. And I put it against the Flames of Ignifar because Flames of Ignifar basically attacks really fast. And with only 25% chance on attack against on Flames of Ignifar, you probably can, like, within 5 seconds, you're gonna have 5 of them all around. And that means you can actually keep up with 5 being summoned because each of them live for 4.5 seconds. So yeah, in 4.5 seconds you should have all 5 like just cycling around, and you're gonna have like a lot of things on the ground, just shooting your enemy. That's really good. Now it does do a little bit of ether damage, and I'll show you what I do with that now. So with that out of the way, let's have a look at our gear. I have a bag over here that just shows what I used to have versus what I'm currently wearing. So, alright. Unfortunately, that's the other thing. That's the other con. Sorry, I should have said that at the beginning. It just came to me. The other con of this is most of the gear comes from Act 4 and onwards. And that is, you know, before... after you get to, or like, okay, after you get to Homestead, right? After Homestead, this is where your gear like starts to drip into you, slowly, one piece at a time. Okay, all right. Let's say the helmet looks a bit weird. Yes, that's because this helmet, although it says physical damage, right? It says a plus 100% physical damage is counter elemental exchange. That's basically discarded. Don't worry about that part. These warp the flesh warped cask is so good on Iskandra Elemental Exchange. You can just wear it, and also they come with very good resistances. You can see this helmet is only a level 55 helmet. It's only got 270 armor. I have another one saved up. That is this one. It also have like a really good resistance, and it's got like 1,000 armor. So you can see the difference. But because of the poison and acid resistance, I haven't decided to switch it across just yet. So you can see these helmets are really good, right? Okay, so they start to drop around Homestead. This shield is actually probably the first shield you will ever get, like first piece of gear, the really decent gear that you will use. And you can see this is also a level 55. I've got this one drop when I was going through Actor 7 during my novel playthrough. As soon as you kill, so I'll show you where that is. I might need to go into normal for this. Yeah, I haven't activated the Act 7 in here yet. Let me just go to normal. Alright, normal difficulty. Let's go. So as soon as you finish Act 1, as soon as you finish Act 1, you kill Warden Krieg, and you will return to Devil's Crossing and talk to Bourbon and say, alright, you know, I helped you out, what do you want? And he says, okay, go kill me some gang members. There will be a guy over here that gives you a quest and open up a portal for you that takes you to the Forgotten Gods area. Now you just need to do a little bit of initial quest in here, pick your faction. There's really no fights in this area. So you pick your faction, and what happens is then the gate opens. Then the gate opens, right? Then you can venture out of your initial area, your hub. All you need to do is just go to Corvan Plateau into the first portal. Once you get to the first portal, you go left and just follow this area. And there's a bunch of losers, there's a bunch of bugs that'll pop out of the ground. Right, like that. And this is Oro Sancho just doing his work. Alright, and if you don't get a shield drop from here, just hop into the cave. And this cave is about this big. There's a little bit of area to cover, but there's a boss right here. This is the biggest area in the cave right here. There's a boss. So you have a very high chance of having a shield drop. So they drop 2 different kinds of shields. You can see they'll just chase you. I'm just gonna quickly go to this area, and the boss will pop up. I'm just gonna quickly kill it, and you can see these little things on the ground. Oh, he didn't drop any. Okay, I was unlucky then. Okay. So these bugs will drop, and as you play through Act 7, you like the Forgotten Gods expansion, you'll get lots of bugs that you'll encounter. Am I this unlucky? Am I this unlucky? Come on. Am I this unlucky? No? That was the word of pain going. Oh, there we go. There's a scarab. Okay, well, let's pick that up. So that's the monster infrequent that they drop. Oh, what's that? Where else? They pop out on the ground. Like you don't normally see them on the map, just on the screen. So they will come out like that. So you need to kill them. All right, let's see what's dropped. Oh, lucky! There we go. So we got a level 84 version of the drop. because the shield is elemental sort of orientated, you will very much you're more likely get an elemental focused shield out of this. So this one actually fixes my poison resistance for me. Yeah, this is actually a really good upgrade. I think it's 6% defense, more defense. I'm losing 66 physique out of this. So yeah, a little bit less defensive ability. No, probably it's okay. Yeah, so yeah, this is like sort of you just go in, kill some bugs, you get this shield. Alright, let's head back into the town. The next bit is this hammer. Okay, so this shield gives you two things. On your Aura of Censure, it starts to hit elemental damage, and defensively, it gives the -20 attack speed on your enemy. So any enemy within your radius of your Aura of Censure, boom, they get attack speed reduction. And also, your Maven's Sphere of Protection now comes with additional 80% elemental damage, 6% physical resistance, and 30% slow resistance. So that comes just with the shield. Even if you get it at level, I think level 20 is the earliest, because after finishing Warden Creek, you're probably like around that level anyways. It's going to give you all of that abilities. So you're gonna be like really good. Although I didn't get Maven's Sphere until a little bit later because of how I leveled. But yeah, this shield is probably the first thing that gets you going. Next thing is the rings. Sorry, the rings. The rings then comes in next. Oh no, sorry, my bad. The next thing is this. This is the Ura Praxis Sting of the Grove. Now this straight away gives you +1 skill to all Inquisitor. Alright? It is lightning orientated, so you're gonna get some lightning fixes on this. But let me show you where Uraprax is. So in Act 2, so as soon as you get this shield, you don't need to finish Act 7 at all. You just go here, grab the shield, go back to your more normal quest through this line, right? Okay, Uraprax is in the Twin Falls. And that is a guaranteed drop. Like, as soon as you go, you're gonna get it. We're not gonna worry about any of this. You go left, somewhere around here. You see all the bees? So it is a wasp or a bee, or whatever that is. Okay, so this is Uraprax's cave. This is a cave entrance right here, and on the map, it's just left down from the waypoint. It's not far away at all. They're just hopping, and Uraprax is right down here. So you just gotta make your way down. Oh, blocked. Have to go around then. Okay. There we go. Have to go around. And he is just down here. Right, he's down here. And we're just gonna boom, kill him. This is in normal. Okay, so we got some random stuff. And there you go. You get this. So it's an imperv, it doesn't matter the prefix, the affixes, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You are here for the +1 skill to Inquisitor. This will boost up all of your damages really, really high. And it comes with good resistances. I think this is because it's impervious. This gives you piercing and poison. But you can see, like, this one I got a little bit earlier. This has no resistances, so it really comes down to the roll. This resistance is pretty good, but I was lucky enough to get like my blue, the Serenity Stone drop, and it gives +3% maximum to all resistance. That's a luck, right? That's a luck drop, but you don't need that. You can just get this one from the Uraprax, and you get your amulet fixed. That will run you through the entire game until you decide to come back here and kill Uraprax again. Alright. Okay, next is the living rings. These living rings drop off the flowers. The flowers. So where are the flowers? Now, unfortunately, you will have to finish Logorian, so finish the main Grim Dawn quest. Come over here, go through Udenbog, right? This is your first waypoint, right here. And that's the Gloomworld waypoint. Within this area, there's a lot of plants. There's a lot of plants in here. You just gotta kill those plants. So let's see, where are the plants? I think there's a bunch of them right here. There's also like a plant boss. Now, okay, so these plants and these buds. So, boom. And sometimes the buds will come back and they'll form another flower. And you just kill those. And also there is more of them near the explosion sites. So just go around the forest and look for these. You see? That's there they are. They're everywhere. You just gotta search for them. And they drop the living ring. Yeah, some often like these. They drop also the creeping ring. Let's just see how. There we go. So this is your like normal. Oh, what? Why? Oh. There's nothing on my left hand. I guess move to. That's fine. Let's see if I can get one drop for you guys. I know there's a bunch of them like near on the left hand side as well. Where are they? Yeah, there we go. There's a bunch of them here. There might be like a explosion site in there. Do they drop a living ring? No. No. Uh-oh. Okay. Not very lucky today then. There's a bunch like up here as well, so they like congregate around this area. And sometimes they form bab and becomes a elite as well. So alright, no. Okay, we're not lucky enough. But they drop these rings and they always come with +3 to Word of Agony and +3 to Iskandra's Elemental Exchange. +3. So you get 6 skill points out of this, and they always come with elemental damage. Okay, so plus elemental damage. See, I'm not getting a lot of like elemental damage rolls, but you know, it's alright. You can refarm them later if you want them more. Yeah. Okay, next one is this rune carved Bargol. Where's Bargol? Bargol is at the Udenbog. So as you play through the game, this is the Udenbog portal. If I open a map, he's right there. So it's very easy to farm him as well. You just go south and go right, go south. Right, I'm just gonna give me a bit more walking speed. Get out. And you can see this one, this path, this little log here is not on the map. You can see this is not on the normal map. But if you follow this thing in, there's a bunch of trees in there as well. And he will pop up right here. And you just kill him. He doesn't really do anything like crazy. He drops one of the 2 maces. So I'm lucky enough to get this one, the Word of Pain one. He drops another one. He sometimes drops both. The other one's like a physical damage weapon. So this one, although it doesn't have like a lot of bonus on it, it does come with elemental damage. Always. It always comes with elemental damage and a lot of like dot bonuses. But the most important thing is it comes with minus 12% elemental resistance to Word of Pain. Now Word of Pain by itself always do elemental damage. It only does elemental damage, right? As you can see, flat elemental damage, fire, cold. This is lightning, flat, like just there's no dot on it, and just get flat, cold, fire, cold, and over here more elemental damage. So there's no dot, it just like boom. But the difference is it hits for 12 seconds. It stays on the target, and every second it deals that much damage onto the target. So it hits very, very hard when you shred even more elemental resistance. Plus gives you +2, you know, Word of Pain. The current one that I'm wearing just so happened had a Rune Carver prefix, and it's got Flame of Ignifer, so why not? And it's got casting speed. I think it comes with Rune Carvers. Alright, so that's the hammer. Very easy build. Then we go to the Mystic Oldenburg Waistguard, right? So just the Oldenburg Waistguard. Now these comes from the best place to farm it is just go to Barrow Home as you go progress the story, going to the town. And I have a few of those. See, this one is a 94 version that it dropped just off the boss. So I'll show you where the boss is. So the boss is guaranteed to drop this. So you gotta actually have to walk quite far. You have to get into the cave here. So this is quite a fair bit of walk. This is probably like the hardest one. You need like the furthest you need to walk to get a drop, but it is a guaranteed drop as far as I know. I think it is 100%. So you just gotta go through these. Now these bugs, it is one of those. No, these bugs don't drop the Inquisitor one. There is the ghosty, icy, ghosty, like almost transparent bugs. Those bugs drop the Inquisitor belt. So let's go. So you actually have to go into this cave and go all the way to the back. Alright, so we have to actually walk again. There's quite a bit of walk. Let's see if we can go through here. Alright. Yes, we can. I'm probably taking a long way. Alright, let's go around. Alright, there we go, he's dead. Alright, we're gonna head up, all the way up. Now, all of these ghosts, like these ghost crabs will give you a chance to drop, like these ghost crabs. Yeah, they have a chance to drop the Inquisitor Girdle, the belt. Like all of these, so it is in your interest to kill like as many of these ghost crabs. And there might be a bunch that pop up here. Yeah. So, okay, alright. So we're near the boss. The boss is just right here. So we're just gonna hop in. He comes out right here. Alright. And you kill him. I think he's ether damage. There we go. There's a girdle. Rime Frost. So let's see what level that is. This is an 85 level, so it is a Rime Frost protection. It's got a bunch of resistance on it. Really nice. Yeah. So there. And the important thing here is it rolls for, always gives you an ether damage convert to elemental. Remember our arcane current does ether damage. 50% of that is converted into elemental. Well, up to 60. I think the top maximum roll is 60. So yeah, that's a guaranteed drop. You always get that belt off this boss. So if you just want one, come and get one, and put a component on it, and done. Right. So this is all the gear. The other one is the whatchamacallit, the medal. This medal drops off the Wendigos. Now, unfortunately, the Wendigos drop, I think, 3 or 4 medals. So you might need to farm them a little bit longer if you don't get a drop throughout your gameplay. So what you do is still Barrow Home. still the Barrowhome Rift, and you just go up here. There's a bunch of like Wendigos here, and you can cut across on the north end of Barrowhome, and there's a bunch of Wendigos up here as well. So let's see, where are they? Now you are looking for the big ones, not the small ones, not the small Wendigos, not these losers. You're looking for these guys, like these big ones, these big bulky ones, right? And they have a chance of dropping the eye. Is it the eye? It's called the eye? Yeah, the Wendigo eye. Well, they have a glare, an eye, and there's something else. There's like 3 or 4 variant of them. You just gotta kill them all. Oh, there we go. There's a glare. Oh, there's an elite. There's a glare, right? So the glare is like a physical damage kind of thing. There's a pet one. There's like a skeleton one, and then there's this eye one. So you cut across. Now there's a bunch of them down here. You just come down this and go, continue coming up again. Alright, let's go across. You'll see like there's a bunch of them right here. You're looking for the big ones. You're looking for those big ones. They are the ones that drops. You might get some flowers. Yep, it's dead. And see if we are lucky. Oh, there's an elite. No, he didn't drop. Drop something. Anyways. And you come across here. Like there's a few more big ones again. Now there are a few Wendigos like Wendigos in here. Like you'll find them like little packs in there. You know, if you get one drop, that's basically it. You just want the Wendigo eye, and it gives you Word of Pain, flat elemental damage, plus resist the defensive ability minus, right? So it minus the defensive ability. That means it gives you more OA. Basically, it says your Word of Pain gives you 50 offensive ability and gives you more crit. That's all there is, and you can see I have like a Waterstone on it. This is the one I use probably like during my leveling. I'm still leveling, but you just get one with resistance or something on it, physique, and that's it. Like your metal is set. The rest of these, you don't have to worry about any of this. I've been changing these gears throughout the gameplay. Like your chest doesn't matter. Your shoulder doesn't matter. Like as long as they have elemental damage, they got a good resistances. Sometimes you'll give up resistance. You'll give up damage for resistance because this build is a little bit fragile. So you want to focus more on defense rather than offense. The damage of this build is really high. Now, unfortunately, this is a solo self-found character. I haven't got enough. I haven't got enough. I think the next. Let me see. It is from Malma's Resistance. There's a vendor that sells. Let me have a look if they sell.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Yeah, I need a Vendetta, so I'm not yet at the right. So I need to be. What's the next one? Honored with Malma's. So I need to be honored to have Malmoth,
I'll give you a good
and
price on what I've got left.
the one that I want to craft is Bang. So you can see Bang gives you elemental damage, plus offensive ability, regen, Inquisitor, and it has something that triggers off the critical attack. So this will be the one that I'm working towards in the next upgrade, but it does need Vendetta, and Vendetta needs rep
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
right here. So as soon as I get the rep for Malmoth resistance, I'm gonna upgrade my relic. Okay, let's go through some of the luck drops. You know, aura of armor of Ignifad. Basically, it gives me an aura. It doesn't really give me, you know, bursting rounds, endless flame, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm really just using it for the aura. It reduces target's damage if anything is within 5-meter radius. So yeah, it's a defensive measure. This one's also elemental seal. It's basically when I'm hit, it puts something down on the ground, and plus it's got physical resistance on it. So I'm really just using that for a defensive measure. This one looks fancy. It does have Word of Agony on it, but that's really only thing. Resistances, it triggers Panetti's at a 33% chance on critical. It's not even a 100% chance on critical strike. So yeah, you're not gonna see Panetti's flying everywhere. You're just gonna see every now and then there's a Panetti that shoots out. Dawn Shard, again, it's a defensive measure. I have nothing on it apart from the Dawn Shard that gets shot out reduces target's damage. Of course, it's elemental damage, so it's really good, but really, these are all defensive measures. The boots, Mage Lords, as you can see, I'm picking it because it's got ether resistance. It does give all damage and a bit of movement speed, so nothing fancy. This is not very specific gear. Yeah, so that's it. This is all the gear. Now, how does it run? I'll just show you. Let me go back to Ultimate. So I'll just show you how I like. Oh, sorry, I do need to go. Nah, forget it. I was gonna use get a movement skill. So let's go to Lone Watch. That's the latest I've got to. So I'm working towards Malmeth. And you open up by Word of Pain. So all of them. Look at that. This is an area-wide nuke. Everyone just dies. Like anything within a 15-meter radius. Okay, see these guys are a little bit tough. I put down a seal, and I use the flame, and they're down. That's any normal mobs, just like off the screen, they're just all dead. You don't care, you're just moving through. Like, the Word of Pain is so strong, and they will just die. Like, it lasts for 12 seconds. 12 seconds is a very long time. You just walk through the middle of them. They just all die like that, like that. Now the only heal that you have is Word of Renewal plus your potion. See, that's like a 23,000 crit on the Word of Pain. You go like all of these, just all dies. Look at that. Like, if they don't have a star on that name, you don't need Inquisitor Seal. Alright, there we go. I'm looking for a totem. No, there we go, it showed up. Alright, let's go to the totem. Alright, die. They just like... Alright. So at the totem, this is a Void Touch totem, so a lot of chaos chthonics are going to come out. I'm just going to put down a seal first as a precaution, because there's a lot of elite that's going to come out. Buff up, and press the button, and Word of Pain, and that's it. Like just like that. Like, they are melted. This is how ridiculous this build is. Apart from a few bosses that you might have to run around. But yeah, this is doing a lot of damage. Let me see if I can put some skill on it. So how much damage am I doing? On page 2, so Flame of Ignifer is 14,000 damage per shot. So that is every time it's casted, and it casts every 0.3 seconds, right? It's 0.3 second recharge, and you can pretty much maintain it. Like, I'm holding down the right mouse button, and you can see the energy is not really going down that fast. You can really maintain that damage. Nothing's gonna survive for that long. Now, how much does the Word of Pain do? Let me just show you the Word of Pain. It is also doing 17,000 damage. That's per tick. That is per tick. And most of that is in lightning, apparently. So there's a bit of lightning damage bonus on that. But yeah, so this is the build. Hope you like it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I'm really excited about this build. I'm gonna take it to level 94 and see what other gears I can get to put on this character. But so far, I'm just using, you know, monster infrequence, some drip drabs of, you know, random gears. I'm looking forward to make my Bane relic and move from there. Yeah, this is just amazing. I really love this build, and it's like really easy, really lazy. I can just walk around, one button, the screen dies. If the screen doesn't die, I hold down the right mouse button and flamethrower them down. Yeah, if that still doesn't die, I put down a seal, and my auras will kill them, and or the dots will tick them down. Yeah, this is really, 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 really powerful build. And I think, like, look at this. The DA is very, very high right now, 27,000. I'm working on my OA, so I'm gonna get more OA and more crit, more damage. And yeah, I'll give you an update. I'll give you guys an update once I get to level 95, 94, or 100. And I'll cut the video here. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.